Well, I'm just going to try this video for now. I think it's about time, with 35 years experience as a spiritual light worker, having walked my path, a student of A Course in Miracles, now a teacher of A Course in Miracles, and this whole concept of narcissism that's come along that is so incredibly dangerous. But the problem is narcissism is being thrown all over the place. So narcissism is not having a vain partner who's taking photographs of them all the time. Narcissism is not someone who's like getting moody or gets enraged. It's a whole load of situations. And because I'm so sick to death of the word narcissism, I'm calling them dark walkers. And I'm going to put together a series of channels. I need to get my subscribers up to teach empaths how to become super empaths, super strategic empaths, because it's very difficult when you're dealing with a dark walker. They do not have empathy. They do not have compassion. They cannot think for someone else. Their emotions are not regulated, and they can have the most extreme, outrageous rage. They have this complete false sense of self and this false sense of reality. And if they think that you are going to release something to the outside world about them, believe me, they are going to smear your name and make up the most horrendous stories. I mean, being a spiritual warrior, I obviously value sexuality, and I'm like a swan. I'm one person for life. So when that person that I'm involved with my life with is having an emotional affair with one of their clients and starts insisting that I've been cheating on them, what? I got out of bed, I was very depressed, I went for breakfast, I came home, oh no, I've had you traced, you're cheating. You can't live with that madness. What was worse was that night I woke up with the bed being hit and whacked about me cheating on them. And do you know what love is? Washing your partner's back when you know she slept with another man. Really? As any woman knows, if you've got a man in your life, the last thing you actually want is to go off and have a quickie with another man. That's not how life works. And life is all about karma. And for me, being a swan, we stick together, right? We work at it, we build it up. And I always knew there was something wrong, because the relationship used to go up and down and up and down. Sometimes so nice, and then other times would get really offish. Wouldn't give me a lift to work, or would leave me on a farm for 4 days without any money. It was hell. However, 7 years ago, they started to really lose their mind. Attacks with knives, waking up with them sitting on my chest with a aerosol can in my face. You can understand it was pretty hectic. I barely escaped with my life, came down to Cape Town with my 2 kids, and 7 months later his life all fell apart, and he begged for his medicine, and he got his medicine, and he got his shit together, and he came down to Cape Town, and we had the most incredible business. But what happened? The ego. We started manifesting. Everything was working out, but the greed set in. Because in this line of work, you can't have charlatans. You don't charge thousands of rands worth for courses and things, especially when they've been plagiarized from somewhere else. So I had to stand my ground. I couldn't have the alcoholism. I couldn't be ignored. I couldn't handle the affair they were having with clients. I mean, it was almost like every single female client, as long as he said my love, my darling, they'd all fall for him and think he's amazing. And he learned how to play this. But things are very different now. And so empaths need to become super empaths, and we need to know how to deal with this sort of stuff. We think we want revenge. We don't want revenge. Just cut off the energy supply. They will do anything, dark walkers, because they do not have their own sense of self. Dark walkers will do anything to hijack your energy by putting you down so they feel powerful, spreading the most awful lies about themselves so they get attention, becoming the victim, I mean, if people actually knew what had been going on behind the scenes, they wouldn't believe it. So my journey going forward, besides launching the Ira pilgrimage, is to guide people step by step on how to deal with narcissists, dark walkers. Because about a year ago, there was a big paradigm shift on the earth. And those which were awake and were walking their path are now being awoken even more. They're ascending. They're going through suffering, because suffering is a blessing. It helps you grow. So, as you start to suffer and wake up, your intuition kicks in, and you know that something's going a bit crazy here. You can't make sense when you're trying to have conversations. What they're showing to you is totally different to the outside world. I mean, we had some really long conversations, and when I went to go look on his social media stream, just by chance a few days ago, he's doing a video that he got 800 messages from his ex. I mean, really? Really? They really pump themselves up. They need attention because they don't know who they are inside. And the only way they know who they are is by the validation externally. And the reason why this happens is because of severe traumatic childhood where they were not accepted and they had to become someone else to get their attention. Hence the lies. I mean, every single thing is a lie, even things that don't need to be lied about. And I started my journey when they turned around, because they've been getting guidance from other life coaches, which have obviously heard all his stories. So I'm meant to be the narcissist. So I went to go and have a look. And I was like, I'm not the narcissist, but I know who is. But I hate that term. So they're dark walkers. So my videos are all going to be about how empaths can become strategic and tackle the dark walkers. Because there's more empaths now than there are the dark walkers. And we mustn't hate. They do terrible things. I mean, my one tried to take my life 3 times through psychological warfare. It's absolutely ridiculous. So I hope my channel can guide you. So please, if you see this, just subscribe. I'd really like the opportunity to let people know how to deal with this in a very spiritual way, in a very quick way. And there are some amazing people out there like Richard Grannon. Richard Grannon is a lifesaver. If you are looking for perfect advice, go and have a look. I'll put his name down in the channel. He's got a wonderful channel that he puts out to give you advice. You can't take these people to heart. They're not like you. They don't have empathy. They don't look at people and see the good. They see what they can suck dry. They see what they can attach themselves to because it's ego. And they can never be in relationships where there's not this up and down, because they constantly need that adoration. You cannot tell a dark walker, you cannot have the dinner of truth and tell him, listen, this is what I think of you. This is how your behavior is. That'll be narcissistic mortification.